Hey everyone, and welcome to part 71. So I haven't spoke since just before the curling, so I guess I've got some explaining to do. Firstly, I can't remember if I got the sirloins or not. Okay, I did. Yeah. So, from before, I had the small spear, which I've used and don't have anymore, but it's okay, because I've already got Pixiemon from it. The metal armour, the medal for 10 points, and I believe that was it. Then I managed to get the silver ball, the chainsaw, and then the rooster, which is every Digivolution item, plus the medal. And obviously, by the time that I was ready for Penguinmon, I only had 7 fish, and I didn't really want to try and get a rooster with just 7 fish. I did try over and over, but kept failing. So I thought I'd go to the Dragon Eye Lake and get some more fish. So I upped my total to 30, and even with 30 fish, it was still difficult, but I finally got the rooster. And obviously, with the high number of fish that I had, I was able to get the silver ball and the chainsaw. And then obviously I got more for the rooster. So yeah, small spear, metal armor, silver ball, chainsaw, rooster, medal. Good. Curling is completely done. And I decided that I don't need those Digivolution items. I'm against Pixiemon. I decided that the Digivolution items that I've already used, or rather the Digivolution items that make you Digivolve to a Digimon that I've already had, I decided against keeping them. I thought, well, I've already had the Digimon, so, you know, what good? So I took out the ones from the item bank that were no longer useful. I checked my charts just to make sure that I had them, and I had, and so hence why I sold them. Because I don't see why I'd need them, to be honest. I hate Green Trap, it always paralyzes. Well, not always, it just hasn't, but it paralyzes a lot. Yeah, so I survived confusion as well. I didn't survive poison. Okay, now I've got to take Pixiemon out quickly before this gets dangerous. Okay, that's going to help. Much more powerful is now. Not worth it. Not worth the extra time. Okay, I'm getting luckier since this isn't paralysing me. Okay, cool. So yeah, I got a gold banana. That's for the animal tournament, in case Phoenixmon can't enter it. But why? Why did I do that? Because surely, if Phoenixmon can enter the animal tournament, then that's brilliant. Surely I only should have bought that gold banana if there was an animal tournament and Phoenixmon couldn't enter it. The animal tournament at the moment is nowhere to be seen. Phoenixmon could enter it, so why did I get a gold banana? Why did I not wait to see if Phoenixmon could enter it? If she could, then not get the gold banana. If she couldn't, then get the gold banana, because that's potentially 50,000 bits wasted. Oh well. Monzaemon will help me out in the eventually. Oh good, nice and powerful. This is also nice and powerful. There's no point doing muscle charge. Your attack is already maximized. Your attack is already maximized. this is going good. Yeah, I must have had in total probably hundreds of games of curling. It was just so hard getting some of the stuff. Because I know when I got the small spear, the metal armor, and the medal, that only... Well, actually, you know, even that was bad, because I say it only took about 15 fish, but that was just the successful stuff. There was so much where it was unsuccessful and I had to delete all that. Because I only showed you the successful stuff. It took, I think, about 15 fish from me when getting the medal, metal armor, and small spear, but that was just the successful stuff. Even that took loads and loads of tries. And the small spear came quite easily. The medal was a pain, the metal armor was a pain. The silver ball, I think, wasn't that bad, but the rooster and chainsaw was a massive pain. Yeah, I must have had hundreds of games of curling, because I only showed you the successful stuff. There's so many times I would use far too many fish without winning anything and then reset, or I would even run out of fish and then reset. That's why I went fishing to get a load more of those fish, because with just 7 I kept failing so badly. I need to get lucky with the treasure hunt as well, because obviously that's waiting for me. And obviously I won loads of other prizes that were mostly sold. Digivolution items are in the item bank. Stuff from the item bank that's no longer useful has now been sold. I went from place to place doing thing and thing, but I think everything's good for now. Fatal Bone, how lovely. Well, I've already got all the prizes, so the S tournament was really just for the money. Well, the Fatal Bone's going to be sold, that's why I moved it. Because Fatal Bone I've already got, Mega Hand I've already got, Metal Parts I've already used, Metal Greymon I've already had, so it was just for the money. And Tamer level, although it didn't seem to increase that time. A tournament is, no sign of the animal tournament. I probably don't want Sukamon actually. I probably only want to Digivolve to Sukamon if Phoenixmon can't enter the animal tournament. Because I know I prefer Etamon, but if I do get Etamon then the stats are going to be halved and that's going to create problems. I probably do at the moment prefer Phoenixmon because of her superior stats. So I'm probably not going to... I'm probably going to keep her as Phoenixmon. I'm probably only going to Digivolve to Etamon if I need him for the animal tournament. So that gold banana seems potentially wasted, and I kind of rushed. I think I rushed a bit there. So yeah, I'm going into the item shop to sell the Fatal Bone. Yeah, I possibly wasted 50,000 bits. Although, I don't know, I like Etamon. He's, in my opinion, a good Digimon. I might want to use him again. I suppose my biggest fear really is the treasure hunt, because I can't help something that's luck-based. I have no control over something that's luck-based. I only have control over stuff that's not luck-based. Of course, I'm I like to keep my number of medicines on about 15. A weird thing. So we wake up at the age of 74. Catching up with my Mega Speedruns quite quickly. May even overtake him, who knows. One thing in this challenge has changed. It's that, I'm no longer using my PS1. Obviously this is a PlayStation 1 game, and I was playing on the PlayStation 1, and this challenge did begin on my PlayStation 1, and everything up until the recent bit with the curling had been done with the PS1, and possibly some of it had been done with the PS1. I can't actually remember. However, I'm now playing on my PS2, and I started playing on my PS2 at some stage during the curling that obviously you recently saw. And, well, the reason for the sudden change is that, very, very sadly, my PlayStation 1 has died. I got the PlayStation 1, I believe, 13 years ago, because I know I was in year 4 when I got my PlayStation 1, and I have to keep an eye on care mistakes because I don't want to sue someone. Yeah, I was in year 4 when I got my PlayStation 1, and obviously I left school a long time ago, but if I was still at school, I would effectively be in year 17. So that was 13 school years ago, so I basically got my PlayStation 1 about 13 years ago. And obviously it only very recently has decided to die. Basically it switches on, but the moment I play a game, it just freezes. Because you know when the PlayStation 1 goes on, you've got the two symbols. You've got the first symbol where it's a white screen, and I think it's either the Sony symbol or the PlayStation symbol, and then it goes to the next screen where it's the other one. It's either the PlayStation symbol, then the Sony symbol, or the Sony symbol, then the PlayStation symbol. Basically, my PlayStation makes it to that stage, and then just freezes after that. I tried loads and loads of PS1 games on my PlayStation, and it all just froze after the symbols. I then tried them on my PS2, they worked no problem. I then tried them on my PS3, they worked no problem. Conclusion, my PlayStation 1 has died. But fortunately, obviously the games work on my PS2, and the memory card that I was using on my PS1 also works on my PS2. And so I'm able to play and save the game on my PS2. Oh, Rainbow. So yeah, I'm able to continue with the challenge. I'm just playing on my PS2 now. And it's only because of the memory card why I chose the PS2 over my PS3, because obviously I don't think it's possible for me to get the data from my memory cards onto my PS3, and so I had to choose the PS2. Although if I was to start a new challenge, then I'd probably choose my PS3 instead, and obviously play my PS1 games on my PS3. Well, I have, on the PS2 I have 2 memory cards, and they don't fit into the PS1, but obviously they work on the PS2, obviously. And on the PS1 I have 2 memory cards. One of them is the main one that I'm using for this challenge, and the other is a backup one, where every time I make it so far on a challenge I decide to back it up on the other memory card. The backup memory card, for some reason, doesn't work on the PS2. I mean, I can play the games and everything, but I can't save. But the proper memory card, I can save, and so I can play the games and everything. Digimon. yeah, obviously, fortunately, it's the main memory card that works, and that's good, that's what I want. So that's the one that I'm playing on, and that's the one that's working, that's the one I'm saving on, and everyone's happy. The backup memory card, obviously I can't save on the PS2, so obviously I can't, you know, use that to save. But but obviously it was only the backup memory card. Yeah, and this Vadermon's not very vulnerable to air. Hopefully fire is a bit more effective. It's only an A. It's weird, it's only an A tournament. Monzaemon in the S tournament to like 1,000 damage. Oh well. His HP will run out long before my MP does. And he's only done Devolve programs so far. And Power Crane. Not hugely threatening. My finish as well. Obviously his full power has obviously made his stats impressive, but still his stats can only equal mine. And that was a very powerful finish. Yeah, if I was to start a challenge from scratch, then I'd probably do it on my PS3, because the PS3 is presumably better. But, obviously with the PlayStation 1, I can still, if I switch it on without a game in there, then obviously it goes to the memory card option thing. And obviously that still works, and I can still have my proper memory card and my backup memory card in there, and I can still exchange data, I can still do backups and stuff. So fortunately I can still use my main memory card, save, so obviously I can make progress and stuff, and then with the PS1 I can still put the backups onto the backup memory card, so it's nice and safe, peace of mind. So the games still work, the memory card still works, progress is still possible, challenges are not going to be affected, they're still going to go ahead. Everything's the same, the only difference is I'm playing on a different console, but when I play I'm looking at the TV screen on the console, and so I don't really care what the console looks like, because I'm not looking at the console, I'm looking at the TV screen. But I would like to say, rest in peace my wonderful PlayStation 1. My PlayStation 1 was absolutely amazing for 13 years. And it is a very sad, sad, sad occasion to announce its passing. So RIP my PlayStation 1. And I will be making the most of my PS2 and PS3. So when my game, I said about how it had a tendency to freeze like after tournaments and stuff, I wonder if it wasn't necessarily the game, but rather the console or a combination of the two. And I wonder, since I'm using the PS2, I wonder if I'm going to encounter less problems or no problems. Or it might be the same, it might be one or two things. It's more likely to improve than get worse. So maybe that aside a bit. Maybe the freezing and stuff was... Maybe my console was to blame, or at least partly to blame. That's the PS2, maybe things will be nicer. Maybe things will run more smoothly, who knows. Only one way to find out. Okay, so all of my opponents have been ultimates, and they've all done full power, and they've all maximised their stats, and they've all still got thrashed regardless. Well, it's obviously, I haven't won yet, but he's about to be. Everybody's so feeble, I can't even remember who my opponents were. I remember Vadermon, I remember obviously Tekkamon. Who was the other one? I've already forgotten. Monzaemon? Because they're all machine, aren't they? Wait. I'm not sure. I don't know, but they're all ultimates, they all... Well, yeah, of course they are, because they wouldn't have done full power otherwise. Full power is a machine move. So all ultimates, all machine, all did full power, all maximised their stats, and they all sucked. Well, it's only an A tournament. So 4 sea basses a day, 18 sea basses, 4.5 days. Oh dear. Looks like another visit to Dragon Eye Lake is on the cards. Oh well. I've done it a few times now. The more you do something, the easier it gets. We're 75% of the way to 100. Oh, nice. And we've got a gold banana that we might not even need. It just seems silly, really, to Digivolve to Etamon if it's possibly unnecessary, and obviously it'll result in our stats halving, and obviously Digitalmamon is unreliable, the trick is expensive, so I'm just favouring Phoenixmon because of her superior stats. Just seems silly to halve the stats. Why Digimon are so heavy? There again, sea basses weigh a lot, don't they? And sometimes they're force-fed, so I guess you can only expect it. Gotta check for... Because sometimes the poop symbol is a bit slow, so if I go into the status, then at least that way it's more accurate. Don't want any care mistakes. Okay, well that was actually very quick. And the low discipline is actually now a problem, isn't it? Oh well. So one more rest after this one, and then it's off to save, and then that'll probably be the end of the part. Well, it will be the end of the part, because obviously it's my video, it's up to me, and I'm going to choose to end the part. To be blunt about it. Well, it's day 16. It's been 3 days since the treasure hunt, hasn't it? I think. Okay, I'm gonna bear that in mind, maybe? I think Drimogemon's ready. Oh well. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed.